BMW i8 Roadster. BMW used the LA show to finally show off the i8 Roadster. It looks every bit as desirable as an i8 drop-top Auto and was revealed alongside an updated BMW i8 Coupe. The good news is it brings more of everything. Improved battery technology means more energy, so the motor now produces 143 bhp, up 12 bhp, taking the car's total petrol and electric output to 374 bhp. The electric-only range tops 30 miles now, too. The Roadster is very similar to the Coupe, using the same carbon-reinforced plastic core, whose rigid structure has maximized the size of the roof opening and negated the need for lots of extra strengthening. So the Roadster weighs just 60 kilograms more than standard, at 1,595 kilograms, while it retains the bold dihedral doors, albeit frameless versions. Its roof is a folding fabric item that whirs backwards or forwards in almost silent hush, which is handy given the car's powertrain tries to do the same thing. Opening or closing takes 16 seconds and can be done at up to 31 miles per hour, while the roof storage is designed to barely impede on luggage space. It folds in a Z shape and is stored vertically, while some of the mechanism's shapes have only been possible via 3D printing. Because the future. Mercedes-Benz CLS. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the new Mercedes-Benz CLS, the third generation of the genre-busting saloon/coupe, showing off Merc's svelte new design language. Yep, third generation. Remember how astonishing the first one was? Fair to say it knocked it right out of the park design-wise, followed up by the second gen's difficult second album syndrome. Third time around? That's up to you to decide. The new car serves up a sleek new profile with a high arching waistline, low roofline, and frameless side windows to squish the whole thing down and make it look less four-doory. Around the CLS you'll notice fewer creases and simpler lines than before, making it easier on the eye. Plus there's a host of all new engines. Corvette ZR1 Convertible. The ZR1 Convertible was one of very few surprises at the LA show, coming just 2 weeks after the Quite Mad Coupe. And yep, there's no special name or confusing spelling of the word spider. Just convertible with a lowercase c simple. It uses the same 755 bhp supercharged 6.2-liter V8 as the Coupe, with the option of 7-speed manual or 8-speed automatic gearboxes. With the Auto, the hard top has a top speed of 212 miles per hour and does 0 to 60 miles per hour in sub 3.0 seconds, but that's with a special aero package. Chevrolet says the convertible will still have a top speed over 200 mph, though, which is probably more than enough. And all that unholy supercharger whine and V8 roar, unencumbered by a roof, should make up for any performance deficit. Corvette ZR1. And here's the more roofy ZR1, the fastest and most powerful vet ever. Under the bonnet is a new supercharged 6.2-liter LT5 V8 engine good for 755 bhp and 715 pounds-foot of torque. Yes, you read that correctly. 755 horsepower. All that extra oomph from the ZR1's new, dry-sump pushrod V8 is largely thanks to a 52% larger supercharger, the largest throttle bodies, 95mm, ever fitted, as well as an upgraded crankshaft and a dual injection system, direct injection as well as supplemental port injection. That'll mean the ZR1 will spit flames like Spyro the Dragon. That adjustable rear wing is known as the high wing option and is part of the ZTK performance package. Amazingly, it's bolted straight to the chassis like the Corvette Racing C7R. Which is a brilliant bit of pub ammo. More than that, it can be manually adjusted by 5 degrees and gives 430 kilograms of downforce at its top speed. That's like driving around with a grand piano bungee cord onto the back. Mercedes-AMG Project 1. You may remember Project 1, Mercedes-AMG's Formula 1 car for the road, from Frankfurt. But this was the first time the 1,000 bhp, 217 miles per hour hypercar has been seen stateside. And you don't want the Americans to miss out. Talking to AMG's boss Tobias Mowers, he gave us a status update on the project. After a delay, we are back schedule regarding the powertrain, he told TG. As expected, we did have a little delay, so we've got to hit the track next year, rather than this year. We've run the whole powertrain on the dyno doing the Nürburgring and it's performing great. When we asked Tobias about Tesla's claimed sub-2 second 0 to 62 miles per hour acceleration time for the fully electric Roadster, one that betters the Project 1's, he was very clear on the subject. Project 1 runs at the slip limit of all 4 tires in 2-point-something seconds. It's unachievable in under 2 seconds. Jeep Wrangler. Say hello to the new Jeep Wrangler. Yes, really. It's a brand new Wrangler that's lighter and tetchier than ever. Jeep, perhaps sensibly, has just kept it looking largely the same as before. That doesn't mean there aren't tweaks. A more steeply raked grille might actually introduce a modicum of aerodynamics to the Wrangler, while the lights are familiar in shape but are fancy LEDs. Aluminium panels drop the weight. Interestingly, there are several choices of body style. But it's beneath the skin where the really new stuff happens. While a distinctly old-school V6 engine kicks off the range, there's a 2.0-liter turbo 4 with less power, 268 bhp, but more torque, 295 pounds-foot, sitting above it. There's a choice of 2- and 4-wheel drive and manual and automatic gearboxes, while a diesel and hybrid should follow in due course. The turbo engine comes with a mild hybrid system, but a proper petrol-electric powertrain has already been hinted at. GMC Sierra all-mountain concept. We're rather partial to the notion of a car, a wheeled vehicle designed for road usage, being fitted with tank tracks for use on snow. It's a recipe that's been used to strong effect by Nissan with the Juke Nismo R snow concept that we drove on a not very frozen lake, and by the master of mechanical mayhem himself Ken Block in one of his earlier video stunts. Relieve the off-piste lunacy here. And now, digest the fact that GMC has utterly demolished these piffling offerings with the magnificent Sierra all-mountain concept. The result of a union between a luxury SUV, a snowmobile, a tank, and a quantity of terrible American light beer, we presume. The Sierra all-mountain is effectively a Sierra 2500 HD crew cab truck balanced on 4 separate miniature tracks. It's been fitted with extra lights, bigger speakers, and snowboard racks. It is powered by an engine that appears to have been designed for a cross-channel ferry. Lexus RXL. Trying to accommodate the families that just can't stop having what leads to kids, Lexus has introduced the RXL, a stretched RX with 3 rows of seats to make it a 7-seater. With a sweeping roofline with a weird stylistic pinch in the D-pillar, the new RX is longer by 110 mm and features a steeper tailgate window angle than 2-seat row model. The RXL comes in 2 flavors, a 350L and 450HL. The first gets a 3.5-liter V6 with 290 horsepower and 263 pounds-foot of torque. In classic Lexus style, the latter is a hybrid with 2 electric drive motor generators producing 308 bhp combined. All-wheel drive is optional on the base car and standard on the hybrid. They start at $47,670. So Lexus fans, go back and make some more kids, as there's now more room for them. Hard hat hauler. Don't do drugs, kids. Otherwise, you'll end up driving this George Barris contraption called hard hat hauler. It came to life in 1971 from a 1/25th scale model and features a triple-blown 500 HP Chrysler Hemi engine, handmade headers, Krieger wheels, and 15-inch rear Goodyear slicks. Oh, and there's a working forklift mounted ahead of the front axle. Bollinger B1. Meet the Bollinger B1, a deceptively clever EV SUV from an American startup. It might look simple, but we're assured it's not. The B1 is a clean sheet design that uses an all-aluminium chassis and steel rollover structure to keep weight down and proportions in check. Its wheelbase is just 105 in, and at a mere 150 in long it's almost 4 feet shorter than a Land Rover Discovery, a very good, if massive off-roader. Bollinger quotes approach and departure angles of 56 and 53 degrees respectively, with a breakover angle of 33 degrees and 15.5 inches of ground clearance. However, because the B1 rides on fully adjustable, self-leveling, 4-wheel independent, hydropneumatic suspension with disconnectable anti-roll bars, it can be raised through many more inches as required. Up to 20, in fact. Weight balance is a perfect 50/50ths, the power steering is hydraulic, yay, and it'll tow almost 3 tons worth of miscellany. Context: a Jeep Wrangler has approach and departure angles of, in its most rough terrain-friendly configuration, 42 and 33 degrees, a breakover angle of 25.8 degrees and a non-adjustable 10 inches of ground clearance. Redspace City Car. Remember Chris Bangle? The former head of design at BMW who penned such cars as the E657 series with the famed Bangle butt? Well, he's back. And designing electric city cars for the Chinese that look like extras from Blue Planet 2. The Redspace electric city car, to be produced by Chinese EV lorry manufacturer CHTC Group, is 2.97 m long, 8 cm shorter than the original Mini, but really boxy to maximize interior space within a small footprint. A bit like Postman Pat's van. Nissan Star Wars cars. Have you ever wondered what Star Wars would have looked like if it had been set in a world where all spacecraft looked like us market Nissans? Well, wonder no more, people of the internet. Somehow, Nissan has anticipated our wildest sci-fi based fantasy and at this week's LA Motor Show revealed 6 Star Wars themed cars. Because why the hell not? And, you know, there's a new movie out soon. Honda NSX GT3. This sinister carbon-bodied brute above can be yours for £415,000. A steep price over a normal NSX, we admit. But this is a full-bore GT3 racing car, eligible for championships across North America, Europe, N24 and Blancpain, Asia, Japan, GT300, Australia and the Intercontinental GT Championship. And look how much carbon you get for that. Acura ARX-05 IMSA DPI. Want a crazier race car than that? Meet the Acura ARX-05 IMSA DPI. As you can see, it has much aero. So much aero, in fact, that it's gone straight into the number 1 spot of cars we don't want to be ran over by. Jaguar XESV Projectate. Nürburgring cynics, look away now. As this is the Jaguar XESV Projectate, the same car that lapped the Nordschleife in 7 minutes 21.23 SEC, the fastest ever time by a 4-door sedan in production intent specification.